Have you ever wondered if the moon landing was actually a well-crafted hoax? The moon landing. It's one of the most monumental moments in history. A day etched in the annals of time when the impossible became possible. But what if everything we knew about it was a lie? Let's delve into the heart of conspiracy theories that have echoed through the decades. Some theorists suggest that the moon landing was nothing more than a colossal deception, a grand illusion staged by the American government to assert supremacy during the Cold War. A spectacularly orchestrated charade designed to convince the world, and perhaps the Soviets, of American technological prowess. Imagine, just for a moment, that the moon landing was a product of Cold War propaganda. Extravagantly choreographed in a television studio, with astronauts bouncing around in slow motion, pretending to defy gravity. A Hollywood spectacle, if you will, complete with a director, a script and a set, and the pièce de résistance, the iconic flag fluttering in the breeze. A breeze on the moon? Curious, isn't it? Then there's the argument about the shadows. In the official photographs, they appear to fall in multiple directions, suggesting more than one light source, unlike the single light source we'd expect on the moon, the sun. Could this be evidence of artificial lighting, perhaps? And let's not forget the Van Allen radiation belts, a lethal barrier of radiation encircling our planet. The spacecraft would have needed a hefty shield to protect the astronauts, but the Apollo craft was rather light on the shielding. Did the astronauts miraculously pass through unscathed, or did they never pass through at all? Of course, these theories have been met with robust rebuttals from scientists and experts worldwide, but they persist, sparking intrigue and raising questions about one of humanity's greatest achievements. So, what do you think? Was the moon landing a giant leap for mankind or a monumental deception? But what about the anomalies that conspiracy theorists point out? Can they be easily explained away? Let's delve into some of the main anomalies that have been pointed out. First up, we have the famous image of the American flag, seemingly waving in the moon's vacuum. How is this possible? Well, the flag was actually constructed with a horizontal rod to keep it extended. The apparent wave was caused by the astronauts twisting the rod during installation, setting the flag into motion. Then there's the question of the missing stars. In all the photos taken by the astronauts on the lunar surface, not a single star is visible in the black lunar sky. But consider this, the moon's surface is incredibly bright in the daylight, and the astronauts' cameras were set for daylight exposure. Any stars would have been too dim to appear in the photos, much like trying to take a picture of a lit bulb in a bright room. Lastly, we have the seemingly perfect landing. The lunar module descended onto the moon's surface with no visible disturbance of the dust beneath it. Some claim this is proof that the landing was staged. However, the lunar module's engine was throttled back as it descended and shut off entirely before landing, meaning the dust would have settled before the module reached the surface. Do these anomalies hint at a grand conspiracy, or are there scientific explanations behind them? We've addressed the anomalies, but it's up to you to decide. Are these explanations sufficient, or do you still harbor doubts? Remember, the moon landing was a monumental achievement, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. But it's also shrouded in mystery, and that mystery is what keeps the conversation alive, decades after Neil Armstrong first set foot on the lunar surface. Is there more than meets the eye when it comes to these anomalies? It's a question that continues to captivate us, and one that we'll keep exploring. Stay tuned for our next scene, where we'll dive into the politics of the space race. Can the politics of the time give us insights into these conspiracy theories? Let's dive in. To understand the moon landing conspiracy theories, we must first comprehend the political climate of the era. The period of the Apollo missions was one of intense competition between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. This was more than a race to the moon. It was a demonstration of technological prowess, a testament to political ideologies, and a struggle for global supremacy. The space race, as it was called, was a backdrop to the Cold War, a silent yet deafening standoff between capitalism and communism. The first human-made object to touch the moon was Luna 2, a Soviet spacecraft, in September of 1959. This event heightened the stakes and increased the pressure on the United States to reclaim technological superiority. In response, President John F. Kennedy made a bold claim in 1961. "We choose to go to the moon in this decade." This statement set a clear deadline, a ticking clock that echoed through the halls of NASA. Could this pressure have led to a staged moon landing? Consider this. The United States was not just racing against the Soviet Union, they were racing against time. The stakes were high, the consequences of failure unthinkable. Winning the space race was a matter of national pride, an assertion of their dominant position on the global stage. The political climate was a crucible where audacious goals were set and extraordinary measures were taken to achieve them. But does this mean the moon landing was a fabrication, a spectacle designed to fool the world? Well, that's the question that has sparked countless debates and birthed numerous conspiracy theories. Just imagine if the moon landing was indeed a hoax. It would mean that the politics of the time didn't just influence the space race, it orchestrated one of the most significant events in human history. Does politics play a larger role in our understanding of this historical event? It's a question that continues to intrigue and puzzle us, even as we gaze upon the moon in the 21st century. Could the moon rocks brought back by the Apollo missions seal the deal on whether the moon landing was real or not? Let's delve into the mysteries of these moon rocks. The Apollo missions allegedly brought back a total of 842 pounds of lunar samples, ranging from tiny dust particles to larger rocks. These samples were distributed to laboratories worldwide for analysis. The composition of these lunar rocks is fascinating. They're a potpourri of minerals such as basalt and anorthosite, unlike any terrestrial rock. The presence of helium-3, a light, non-radioactive isotope, and the lack of water trapped in these rocks further differentiate them from their Earth counterparts. So, if the moon landing was a hoax, where did these rocks come from? Could they have been created in a secretive lab designed to mimic the lunar surface? Or perhaps they were meteorites, conveniently mistaken for lunar samples. But here's a kicker. Some of these moon rocks, when subjected to age testing, clocked in at around 4 billion years old, a billion years older than the oldest rocks found on Earth. If these were fabricated, it would mean we've mastered the art of creating billion-year-old rocks. Quite a feat, wouldn't you say? So, are these moon rocks the ultimate proof of the moon landing, or could they be the most elaborate props in the history of mankind? Could they be, as some suggest, a part of the grand lunar conspiracy? Are these rocks the final piece of the puzzle, or just another part of the conspiracy? So, where does that leave us with these moon landing conspiracy theories? We've delved into the anomalies, the politics, and even the lunar rocks. But remember, it's down to you to dig deeper, to question, to research, and to form your own conclusions. There's no final word on these mysteries, only more questions. In the end, the truth is out there for those who seek it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts on the moon landing conspiracy theories. Until next time, keep questioning the world around you.